actually directing your film.
This conversation becoming very interesting.
So it's a tough job to
yeah, but you did it well.
And direct. So
Congratulations.
Thank you. So Suhas was there when I said, if I'm giving a bad shot, just say it, Suhas. And he was behind the monitor, so he saved my life, my performance. So that's
So I remember the first conversation when he came and told me, I'm looking for the male actor and I'm looking who's going to do it. I said, really? Why are you doing that? Why don't you do it yourself? So he said, you think I can do it? But I'm going to be the director. I said, doesn't matter. Do it. You'll be able to pull it off.
He convinced me. He said, just do it. And that was the day when I said, okay, chodo yaar. I don't have to run behind actors anymore. I'll just do it myself. It'll save me some money also.
We've really spoken about relationships, and both the films kind of show relationships but stark contrasts. So do you think the digital space gives you an opportunity to show it as it is, like the emotions that you feel, the plethora of emotions that you feel? Because films, TVs, do you feel are somehow dramatized to show?
No, but sorry, I'll just say something like, for example, for me, my concept in life, my theory is like, if I'm not entertained, I'm not watching it. I don't feel, it could be a hardcore subject, it could be even a documentary for that matter, but I need the entertainment value, which is not film kind of entertainment, but I need to be engaged. And hence, so for me, whether on a digital platform or television or cinema or even, it has to be engaging. And I think that is very important. So you can't just say, bana diya kuch bhi. Even for the online, you got to really think and say there's an audience watching it who's going to give you an immediate response. So you got to keep them, and for whether it's 9 minutes or 20, they're still watching, and they, So I think that's a really important fact. Engage them.
Yeah, so I think Kushal, what he said pretty much is it, and we get the liberty to showcase whatever we want to on digital space. That's the beauty of it. We don't, sometimes get the liberty of showing that much on television and in feature films, but on digital space, at least till now, we have that liberty. So everybody is enjoying that process. And I would really like to thank SonyLiv, because Uday, he's given us the opportunity to be a part of this. And, SonyLiv is, the idea is to mirror relationships in the contemporary society. And there are a lot of relationships that, like in The Gift, we saw there is a relationship where people are not open to accepting it. They know what is happening in the society. Everybody knows what's happening, but we don't accept it. We don't talk about it sometimes. We think that, okay, if we talk about it, it's going to become, we might, it's kind of a taboo. We might come in that space, or people might think that we are like that. Yeah. So as it's a beautiful way of telling stories, and you should be open to talking about relationships. You should be open to telling what you want to say. You should be able to let the audience know that, this is the new age where you can talk openly about what you want. And that's what is happening on social media. So why don't we show that in films? We should. So I really thank Uday for giving us this opportunity to, showcase what we wanted to. And a big thank you to, we've forgotten to say thank you to all of you guys who've come here today. I know it's a very far place from Andheri and Malad, and still a lot of people have made it here. Thank you so much for coming here. And I would also like to thank all the brilliant actors who were in the film, and the director, actor Kushal, and Suhas. Thank you so much, guys, that you've come here today.
So I think I've asked quite a few questions. I'm sure that lovely members of the audience have a few things on top of their mind that they'd like to ask. So we're going to open it for audience interaction. We have mics in the audience. And
to Mr. Uday, you said SonyLiv is there in the business in the past 3 to 4 years, if I'm not wrong. So how do you plan to monetize the content which is there online? And have you seen an increase in the past 1 year or so in the kind of content? And what is the way forward? And what is the monetization plan, basically?
So if you look at SonyLiv right now, we've got 3 key pieces within SonyLiv. We've got the shows that we create, the films that we have, a huge library of films, both short films and full-length films, and then we've got a huge sports section. So these are the three big macro categories that we have. Most of the content today is being monetized through advertising, and we have a huge set of advertisers who come onto the platform and advertise. This is all digital advertising. And on the movie side, not the short films, but the full-length movie side, we've got a subscription service where people can subscribe at 49 rupees a month and be able to access that library of a couple of thousand films. The advertising revenue, the whole advertising market has been growing. Digital advertising market has been growing at about 35-40% year on year. One of the fastest growing advertising categories within the entire advertising pie in India. So we're part of that, and we're excited at the pace at which we're growing. And we're very excited at the pace digital adoption of advertising is happening.
Yep.
Yeah, first question would be is, like if you take a look at all digital content per se, generally there is a lot of unnecessary sex hyping up to draw the eyeballs. I'm talking of this show, but generally if you take a look at the online. Yeah.
Can I answer that for Uday?
Hang on, let him complete.
Yeah, okay. So the point is the most content is unnecessarily hyped up. Sex is added in just about anything. Is this a way to just be the censors or to win eyeballs?
One second. Sorry, where are you?
There.
Okay.
So let me start off. So one, I think as an audience, the audience can clearly understand what is the real requirement or what was not required in the story. And what we've seen on digital is when something is forced at the audience switches off, and it's very easy for him to close the browser or to close his mobile and move off. So it's actually counterproductive on digital to force fit some of these things and create stories which really don't look true or don't work well for an audience and don't engage with them. And both the groups who are here have said that again and again, that it's important to engage, it's important to keep the story true, it's important to tell the emotion or carry the emotion through the film. So therefore, our theory on this is that don't force fit it, keep the story true, let the storyteller tell the way he wants to tell it. No force fitting of unnecessary content that's not required for the sake of putting it. That's our theory on it till now.
I like the line that Uday actually told me. He says if you have content which is not only there to titillate but which is can be long lasting, it will be the content that we would like to make on SonyLiv's. So I think that answers that.
Yeah.
It's not only there to titillate, it is there to tell you a story. So we're not force fitting anything there.
And just to add to that, in a film like mine, I could have very easily added a lot of sex, a lot of exposing, a lot of, unnecessary swearing words. But is it really needed? Did you feel the lack of it? Not really. Even the kiss was not a kiss. But I'm just saying that, or was it? That's part 2. But I'm just saying that, yes, there is, like Uday sir said, there is an audience who wants to watch it, but there is a certain audience that says, you know what, this is crap. I don't really need it. Just because we have the license to, because of no censorship, doesn't mean that gaaliyan bas bakte raho for no reason. Unless there is a scene that requires a certain swear word, and I think the audience judges that. Or close the browser. You have the freedom in your hands, yeah.